Hi. What's good?
How are you doing,
I'm, I'm
darling? How are you?
I'm lovely. I'm lovely. How are you doing?
I'm doing brilliant. Thank you so much. I'm like, it's an honor. It's a privilege to have you. And like meeting you was the best thing I could ever do this year. So
You lying. That was such a dope night, man. I had so much fun. I'm so happy to be here. Let's rock.
let's rock. So please tell me, what inspired you to create Hub Nation and be an artist in general and all that good stuff.
Uh, Look, I would say the lane chose itself when in high school and school I was a little bit crazy, So I had to take an unconventional route,
Yeah.
and I had a lot of energy, and I was just super. I don't know, man. I don't know if wild is the right word, but a lot of energy. And then I was like, hey, somehow we need to make this thing work, man. You know, People always said this kid is hyperactive. He won't sit down. He's running around. He's crazy.
Yeah.
And I thought, let me take that energy and turn it into something. So that's basically where the name and where, not being able to stay in one box came from.
Uh, Brilliant. Hype Nation. How did that come about, and what makes it special? I know what makes it special, but
Shout out to you, man. You've been there since day one. So I'm very happy we got the time to do this. And I know we've been speaking about it for a while. But let me tell you, Hype Nation was actually just an Instagram handle that I made during COVID,
yeah.
because always on my stories and on social media, I'd always be like, "Yo, Hype Nation, what's good? What's good?" It's basically what I would call people that are like young, hustling, motivated, driven kind of people. And then I gave us a name. I gave us a name. I was like, yo, we the hype nation, we the hustlers, we the entrepreneurs. We wanna, change tomorrow, make it a better place for everybody. And then I made a
Yeah.
handle. And then all of a sudden I was like starting to tag it in my videos, like at Hype Nation. And then it grew. So I don't know. That's basically where the name came from.
Oper- It operated for itself. It operated for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my other question to you is, what's like for the youth? What's the biggest misconception for the youth, and how can we help the youth elevate in the greatest form?
I think firstly it's quite a tricky question. So uh, I think the best way to sort of answer it is some of the lessons that I've learned, on the road, and I think one of the important things that I've remembered is that there's no such thing as something for nothing.
Mm.
And there's nothing in this world that we should take for granted. We should count our blessings, but we should also understand that in order for us to get somewhere or achieve something, there's something that we need to sacrifice or give up. There's no such thing as us achieving a goal
Yeah.
without having to sacrifice something, whether it be your time, whether it be early mornings, late evenings, but there's no such thing as something for nothing, and hard work will eventually pay. So I think that's the
100%.
best advice I can give to anyone.
100%. My other question to you is, in your perspective, what like your Sonto, for example,
Yeah.
what was the inspiration behind it? And I really love it, and I really love what you guys are doing. I know every event you do is touching and special. So
Yeah, Sonto is a beautiful concept. It's actually crazy how, from sitting down and writing something on a piece of paper, how it actually comes to life. It actually freaks me out sometimes because, when you stand there and you watch it all sort of unfold, it's the most humbling and most amazing feeling, especially when you share that moment with the team. But
yeah,
look, we saw a gap in the market, and because we do a lot of student shows, a lot of student festivals, the energy is extremely high, and it's a vibe, and it's crazy, and I love it. Look, I love it. But I also realized that some of my friends that I was growing up with, uh, we didn't really have a space that we could go to that was engaging enough and wasn't so high energy.
Mm.
So I combined all the things that basically makes a Sunday special, and that's some good food and putting on something great to wear and going for a nice lunch. Or people love to dress up, and if you give them a great place to dress up and something really good to eat and some like lower energy music, something live and acoustic that they can experience, you put that all in one mixture and you've got the perfect potion. So I think the most difficult part about Sonto was finding the name. Because like naming a Sunday lifestyle concept, it's a lot more difficult than what it sounds.
100%. My other question to you is, and congratulations on your season two of
Shout out! It's a vibe.
Yes. Let's talk about it. What inspired you to be on radio, and what inspired you to step in that lane? And why did you choose YFM?
So funny story. Look, I can't tell you a lie and say I woke up and I really wanted to be on radio, and that was a dream and a goal, because it wasn't ever in the pipeline, to be honest. In fact, I'm not even sure I got the right voice for radio, but anyway, we're here now and it's shaking. But I actually went to for a meeting for media partners for my events. So I
Mm,
was like, hey guys, these are my events for the year. How can we partner up? How can we do something special?
yeah.
And I could tell that it was not going in. Like it was going in the one year and it was going out the other year. And I'm like, no
It
one's
was
listening to me. I'm trying to show you guys some beautiful festivals and some beautiful events. And I remember uh, this one lady from Y. She said to me, she's like, "Hey man, just go record a demo." And I'm like, "Okay." Firstly, whoa, what's a demo? I'm like, I don't know what that is, but somehow I found myself in the studio, basically, just being myself and basically talking rubbish, making a noise and, having fun. And then a week later or so, I got a phone call, and here I am again telling them about my events. And they're like, no, relax with your events. Those conversations will come. We've got an opportunity for you on Friday nights, and we really like your demo. So, would you like to be a part of our Friday nights? And I obviously jumped at the opportunity. I mean, why is like the custodian of youth, man? If you
yeah.
think about radio stations and who really supports the youth and creates platforms, and it just aligns so much to my mantra, even though that wasn't my plan for the year and something I wanted to do. Like as Hype Nation, we focus on like platforms and trying to inspire others. And if it means we can cast a bigger net and speak to more people and spread this ambition and drive with more people, then hey, we're gonna do it. So
We're gonna
it's been a vibe.
ask. My other question to you is, like, what makes a great team, in your perspective? Because everyone wants to throw events and do
Mm.
everything. In your perspective, how is that possible, and what are the do's and don'ts in that regard, if that makes sense?
Yeah, so I would say, I'm gonna answer you from the perspective of me sort of selecting my team as we've grown.
Yes.
And the number one and most important aspect of growing with people is, the camaraderie you guys create through common struggle. And that can only be created once trust has been established.
Yeah.
So I would say, I think the first thing that I always look for is key attributes in people's personalities that makes it relatable to trust. I mean, I think the biggest mistake leaders make is they try and look for someone who shares the same characteristics as them. And you can't have a team of 20 or 30 U's. It's never going to happen. And you need to understand that people have different skills, different ways of learning, and
Yes.
different ways of navigating the challenges that we face, right? So I would say the first thing that I look for is people that aren't looking for immediate return. There's transactional relationships in life where people are looking for, if I do this, what do I get? Um, when you're looking to build something really, really sustainable and long lasting, you want to find people that are ready to go through the tough times so that we can enjoy the good times. And they're easily relatable in the trust sense. I think that's what's most important. So I would say those are the key pillars.
100%. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna do 3 questions and I'll let you go.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much time you've got. So, what lesson do you have to what lesson did you have to change your mindset to elevate yourself and elevate the team that you want to build and the greatness that you want to build?
Are you asking what sort of mindset do I need to have?
Yes, both.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I guess one very important thing about leading a team is you got to try your very best to make sure that your cup is full, and you need to pour into people 24/7. And the only way you can do that is if you have energy to give and if your cup is full. So I think one very important lesson that we have when working with other people is making sure that we are at peace, and we know that every single day we're heading towards something that's bigger and greater than us, and a common goal. So I
Yeah.
would say definitely for you to be able to be at peace with yourself and your surroundings. And often I find that the discipline that you have, in your routine, as humans, we creatures of habits, and it's been proven that we are at our best when we're in routine. So if you can be disciplined enough to stick in your routine and know that it makes the best version of yourself, then that is your biggest responsibility, especially if you're working with people. So I think discipline is vital in this game. Yeah.
And and also I think, and to add to that, I think also just being able to understand why you're here in the first place, what vibration you're trying to portray, because everyone can be a hype, but not everyone can be the hype. If the hype they, if that makes sense.
I'm with you. Yes, spot on.
So I mean, you need to understand the vibration that you want to be in. Like, especially for up and coming artists, they should be able to, one, uh, they should be able to understand why they're doing it in the first place. It's
Yeah.
okay to be wanting to be passionate and wanting to be whatever you want to be, but like you yourself didn't come here because you were it came easy, or it came just like that,
With you.
it took energy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, even with the motion that you've created and the steps that you've taken and where you've grown. I mean, you've also grown yourself. Since I started connecting with you. I think this must have been like before COVID, even. Like, we've yeah, it's been a while. So you're a testament to this too.
Why? I can't believe it.
What took you so long? Why are we only doing this now?
I'm just like that. It was just like I was just God. It was just like God saying, "It's your time. It's our time
Ah,
to rock."
it's time to shine, man. It's time to shine. And when I saw you at Balcony Mix, I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, no, shout out. This is something special, man. I think I actually I want to leave you with something on your show. I think you got to go harder. You got to keep doing this thing, man. It's super special. I've seen that you've had some amazing guests. I think the questions are insightful. I think people can learn something from these sessions. And yeah, you're a great host. So let's get it on YouTube, man. Let's get it everywhere. Let's take it to the world. We gotta go harder. We gotta go harder. Shout outs.
100%. My last question,
Yeah.
I promise. I know how busy you are. Um, in your perspective, what is the biggest misconception about events, and how has it been changing rapidly, especially for the TikTok age, like
Yeah,
that we for the music and stuff,
yeah.
and I and all that stuff. How has that changed, and how have you guys adapted in that area?
Well, I lost money for 6 years
Your
before I made money in events, and
okay.
I think that's important to tell people, man, because I was fortunate enough to have a day job that was paying me very well, and I was enjoying it. But I was pouring, a good portion of my salary into events,
Yeah,
and I was doing it because for me, I loved it. So some people would go to the club and spend, I don't know, ridiculous amounts and have different hobbies and things. My hobbies, I was like, yo, I need to throw events like special parties and dope events. So I was spending money on events. And I'm also a businessman, so I didn't want to lose money. That was never the plan. But I learned some humble lessons on the way. Number one, like events is super cash flow intensive. Like it's an expensive project. Like you can imagine if you want to throw something big, like it's super, super, super expensive. So I always tell people the biggest misconception on events is that lineup sell events.
no,
And people think that if I have a big artist, I'm gonna sell tickets and we've got a party. It's like, yeah, it doesn't work like that. You know, you've been in the game. Like it doesn't work like that. So I always
it's
give people the advice to like just party with your friends, man. Give your friends the dopest night, like give them the most crazy experience, get feedback from them, get their friends to get feedback for you, and then keep building, and eventually all that you're doing is it's a simple calculation. You want to be making more than what you're spending, and
yes,
you also want to be having a good time. Like, don't
yes,
overthink it.
hundred
Just
percent.
have a good time.
And I think to close off that point, I think the lineup doesn't sell events. Like
Yeah,
the lineup doesn't sell events. I did a party for my birthday this year for the first time ever. I don't do parties because I'm like
it gotta
it's
work.
expensive. I'm not doing that. But I was like, let me push myself. So I was like, what really sells is people, you being unique,
Yeah.
you bring unique sounds,
Mm.
you just being uniquely you and just elevating that energy, if that makes sense.
Nah, spot on. You said it. Couldn't have said it better.
My last question to you is
Yeah.
what's the biggest what would you tell your younger self if you could tell them anything?
Oh, okay. I knew I was gonna get asked this one day. Look, I think people always say, "Oh man, I'm proud of you, younger self. Whatever, you got this." Uh, but I think maybe to be even more risky, and you know, I'm very consistent. So that's one thing that's always helped me and supported me is because I'll always show up, and I'm disciplined, I'm consistent, which is great things to have. But I think I could have jumped even further and had bigger leaps by being even more risky. I'm quite a risky guy now, but man, like, if you really want to kill it, you just gotta close your eyes sometimes and be even more risky. And
Yes.
then
I
sometimes I also um, forget that I'm young, and these are the best years of our lives. While we're young, and we need to enjoy them. Sometimes doing well and being financially successful, if you want to call it, is important. But these are the years we want to be making mistakes and going crazy and just doing everything and closing eyes and being risky. So I think a combination of those two, if I could speak to my younger self. But if I also look back, man, my younger self, it's been great, huh? I think it'll be like a pat on the back to say, yo, it's shaking, keep rocking.
I think the one thing I would tell my younger self is the same thing as you said.
Yeah.
Would tell myself to be like, take more risks, and
Mm.
if you want something, go for it. Like it's not that deep.
Yeah, it's not that deep, man. It's not that deep. Like we'll figure it out. It's all right.
Exactly, exactly. Like honestly, this has been insanely dope, and I'm like, thank you so much for taking the time. Honestly, you've made my whole
Nah,
year. Like, I'm just,
that's too much.
and like, and Sonto is gonna be incredible as always. So I
Thanks.
wish you guys all the best for it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the invites, man. This is super dope. But I gotta tell you, we gotta record these. We gotta go harder, man. You got such a dope thing going, and the industry definitely needs more of these conversations and more you. That's for sure. It's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, darling. And we'll continue to operate as we always do.
On the highest, on the highest. Ciao.